You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm wearing my bulletproof vest because in this video, I'm going to be dropping bombs. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Morning Shot. You know what? I've just had absolutely enough of Cyril Ramaphosa and everything to do with this country. I'm not immigrating or anything like that, but really, we've been in such a place of utter retardation for 30 years. Something has to give. Something has to give. And this is in reference to an article in The Citizen where our dear president says to us, just be a bit patient about Eskom. Guys, load shedding will be solved. Just be a bit more patient. Well, my friends, patience is running very thin, mine included. Byron is joining me today, of course, as always. How is your patience in living in South Africa now, knowing full there's not much patience to be gone around? It's a little bit like the economy.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? It's like load shedding has just become part and parcel of everyday life. But what can I say, mate? We can just do another video about how Eskom is screwed and they just have no way of hope in hell of fixing it.
Well, you know what? I'm at a stage where, I actually want Eskom to just completely disintegrate into the ground. We can do like another lockdown. Let's call it a climate change lockdown. Let's switch off the entire weeks. Let's get Greta Thunberg inside the, Johannesburg Conference Center. She can go on stage and say, what a wonderful thing. More people need climate change lockdowns, just like South Africa, because we know full well if Eskom goes down, the ANC goes down as well. And you know what? 3 week lockdowns for climate change and lockdowns for perpetual darkness is something I'm worth. It's a risk I'm worth taking because at the end of the day, can hardly function as a business. This one's doing fine, but I have other businesses that are really, really suffering because nothing works in this place. And as I said before, my patience is literally gone. I have none left.
So I love this article that you drew reference to. I love it because there's a line in it that I just think is fantastic. Ramaphosa said investors remain confident in South Africa's plan to address the power supply issues. What investors is this guy talking to, mate? Because I don't know of anybody that's confident in the ANC fixing fuck all. So, who's this guy talking to?
Yeah, I mean, for investors to be confident, you actually need them in the first place. Last time I checked, we had a net outflow of investments rather than an inflow of investment. So there is fuck all investment happening here. Look at the immigration trends spiking. Look at the semi-migration trends all spiking towards the Western Cape. Durban is a shithole. KZN's are basically Mad Max 2.0. Gauteng is nowhere. In Mpumalanga, they burn witches. In the Eastern Cape, they take children for muti and whatever. Like, this is not a place worth saving at the moment. All you should do is let the grid go down for climate change and build your own damn communities. Because you know what? We've been saying this for months and months and months. It's about time you listen.
It's curious because he says Eskom needs new generation capacity on an urgent basis. Not being funny, mate, but haven't we heard this for like 5 years? But what exactly are they building? They built two power stations that were both screwed in design because they were all on BE tenders with a guy that basically didn't finish high school. So we got two stations that took us years and years and years. One of them went online and came offline in 3 days because they basically blew up the reactor. We've got a nuclear power station in Cape Town that's at the end of its life where the Chinese dropped the new replacement part and they're not even sure that can go online. I mean, imagine that power station blows up, which conspiracy theory on my hat. I know you don't agree with me, but I'm like, ANC don't like the Western Cape because they have no way of getting in there. Wouldn't it just be convenient for like Cape Town to become Fallout Zone 101? Hey man, that could be a game. Fallout South Africa. You don't even need a nuclear war. You just have it in modern day South Africa.
You don't need a PlayStation to play it. You can just live here, right? Like, I've played Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas. Great games, but I like switching them off. But in South Africa, it's like Fallout 24/7, right? It's not a case of wanting to play. Like, you're forced to play. And by the way, your scenario about maybe they want Kuberg to blow up and the Western Cape goes with it, I would believe you if the ANC had any ounce of competence anywhere. But right now, all I'm saying is it's like basement level retardation at its finest, and that's the only explanation for all of it. There's no great plan. It's just that dumb.
Yeah, I mean, it's really amusing. So Cyril says that there's currently an installed generation capacity of 46,000. He says, but we only have 60% available because the rest of us all on maintenance, unplanned outages. Why doesn't he just call it what it is? The system is fucked 40% of the time. It works 60% of the time. Imagine this was your car, mate. Like if your car only kind of started 60% of the time, every morning it was like a 50-50 kind of start, what would you do? You chuck your car out and get a new one. But what does Eskom do? It's like, hey, don't worry, we'll get the Cubans to come out and fix our car. That will sort it out. Like, how's it working out for you so far, guys?
Yeah, yeah. No, as I said, I have very few words other than words that will demonetize this video. Hell, I use retardation already, so it's probably demonetized in the first place. So I would suggest to unregenerator, just quit, my friend. You tried your best. There's no hope for you. Just quit. Go to Netherlands or somewhere that will prefer your needs. Actually, perhaps just move to the Western Cape and make Coburg the independent power producer of the independent Western Cape. Places over there are far more relevant than Eskom at a national level. And secondly, we just know deep down, all of us, the ANC can't do anything. Like, they are that incompetent. Everything's before every single thing. So once again, we appeal to you as Morning Shot subscribers to please just defend yourself against state predation, build your local competencies, build your local energy, build your local security, and then you'll have a good life. We have a good life because we've done that. You should do the same.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny because there's a part here in the article which I have to go over, man. It just shows you the ANC. So I'm going to load the article again. And right here, all the way at the end of the article, Ramaphosa says he would transform the energy sector by allowing businesses and households to invest in solar panels. There you go, folks. President says himself. You know the best way to fix this? Go off grid and sort yourself out. He says it himself. So don't take our word for it. Take the president's word for it. He agrees.
Yeah, except the moron doesn't understand that that's what people have been doing for 15 years, right? It's like saying, oh, my car is broken. Let's change the wing mirrors because that's going to solve the issue. It's like, no, I think that's already way past that. It is already way past that. We've got the communists saying the best thing to do is to go off grid. We have now the ANC saying the best thing to do is to go off grid. Why do we need you guys? Why do we need Eskom? Why do we need any of these people? Just tell them all to go fuck themselves and build your own shit, guys. It's not that hard.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you'll have people on the stream that will go, oh, why do I have to do that? Why do I have to do that? The ANC's just on time mode. So all I would say to you is, you know, I've got friends in Europe and they all come to me on a daily basis going, oh, well, I just got a 300 or 400 pound electricity bill. And I go, yeah, my bill this month was like $500 for the connection fee to Eskom. And I don't pay for electricity because I have this wonderful thing called the sun and I have solar. And it's amazing. So I don't have those woes and problems that you have in Western Europe that are only going to get worse. So don't think that life outside the country is the answer. Just build yourself an independent environment and enjoy Africa. Africa's Africa.
Yeah. And that's what one problem I do have is my only problem is I've got this legal business that relies on state institutions, you know, SARS and High Court and things like that. Those things are so screwed. Like it's impossible for me to run that business effectively. So I'm thinking, you know what? Once the opportunity arises, I'm going to close that down, go completely off the grid in terms of the business, completely off the grid in terms of money, completely off the grid physically, which I already am. And then you know what? I'll live here happily ever after. Doesn't matter what on earth happens. You should do the same. I will keep reiterating the same message. You should do the same.
And on a final note, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't already become a member of Morning Shot, join us as a member. You get twice a month, you get to have a members live stream with us and listen to us talk absolute rubbish. And obviously, you get all the other perks of being a member. And if you are interested in becoming an advertiser on Morning Shot, do drop us an email at info@morningshot.co.za. That's info@morningshot.co.za. And that's it from us for now. If you agree with us, hit us a like, do something in the comments below, show us some love. That's it from me.
Yeah, for me as well. Now let's go back to trying to run a business in South Africa. Not so easy. See you in the next one.
Cheers.